Welcome to the Diary of a Backmarker's third episode. We find ourselves in the homelands of Formula 1 driver Max Verstappen at the circuit Zandvoort. This is the old track layout before the repaved track that widened parts of the circuit and obviously adding the new banked final corner. Today I'm joined by two fellow league racers, Coogan and Cookie in the Lamborghinis. I'm normally in the number 308 Bentley, but accidentally joined in the 308 V12 Aston Martin, so now I'm relegated to the 309 Bentley. Zandvoort has been the toughest track this season for me, as there are a few turns with no brake markers and it's very easy to get off course. The track doesn't give you a whole lot of room to breathe, so even when you're taking turns correctly, it still doesn't feel right to me. That being said, this track has been the quickest so far this season for me. As often I'm about 5 to 8 seconds off pace of leaders, and in this last league race I was only 2 to 3 seconds off pace. I'm happy to be joined by another Bentley brother who also happens to be on YouTube. One of the things I've continuously been working on is knowing my line and not crossing over, and this has improved my racecraft and has allowed me to get into points by staying out of trouble. Cookie and the Bentley both have some great side-by-side action as they head into the last part of the sector. Up ahead, Cookie and the Bentley collide, and I'm able to take advantage of their misfortune and gain 2 positions. Now I'm given free rein to reel in the number 23 Porsche ahead. By paying attention to his pace and where he's weaker, I'm able to gain a lot of time on him. As we head into Hans Erst, I flash my lights in hope of distracting the driver ahead. I watched the cool professional GT drivers do it and decided to give it a shot. If this worked or not, I'm not sure, but the Porsche ahead does miss his brake point and I'm able to really close the gap. The Porsche runs a little wide, and the sand at Zandvoort will really impede your speed. Now, I'm not sure if I should have waited longer, but I was growing impatient and wanted to get past the Porsche to gain some distance between the faster cars behind me. Luckily, the Porsche doesn't spin off into a wall or into another car. But I do make a huge mistake by slowing down on the racing line and almost take out both the Audi and Porsche. What was an act of goodwill could have really ruined everyone's race right there. In the future, if this happens, I'll give the spot back going wide into a turn or by pulling off the main racing line on the straights. Luckily, neither driver's race is ruined by this mistake, so we all end up being lucky in this. I don't know what happens ahead, but I can only assume someone has clipped the curbs here, as they are extremely dangerous here, and as Unleashed driver has drilled into us, it will upset the car. The Audi stays ahead, but I know I have the faster pace. Now, I'm being patient as I hunt down the driver ahead, and I know that if I wait long enough, I don't have to risk putting myself in danger. The Audi runs wide, and I'm able to slide by and move up to second position with a faster Ferrari and Cookie behind me. I end up running wide into Hans Erst, and maybe channeling my inner bastard, I don't give Ferrari room to re-enter. But I know they'll both get past me. This is the case of why the ACC radar is so great. Though it isn't shown here, I'm able to race and know 2 cars are about to pass me. I have left the door open unfortunately, and because of that, Cookie is able to slip past. He and the Ferrari are now free to battle it out. The race winds down, and as you can see, Zandvoort is really a battle of attrition, as there are only 4 cars in the ARC public server right now. It is a bummer since the Ferrari and Cookie are faster than me, and I won't be able to catch up with them. But this is the perfect time to try to figure out my lines and braking points a little better without having to worry about other cars, as seat time is so important in any racing sim. It's always fun to race with my fellow league mates, and I really gained some momentum into the Saturday's 1-hour race at Zandvoort. Every week we've been racing on the Apollo Racing Club's servers on Tuesdays and Thursdays to get some practice in before the official sprint or the 1-hour race on Saturdays. It doesn't matter your pace or how new you are, everyone's always welcome here and we all have to start somewhere.